I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first loss that Coach K has taken to an unranked team and got popped by 22 in his career.
And in order to beat them tonight, we'd have to be extremely competitive. And sometimes when you've eaten a lot, you don't, I mean, our kids have won 22 games and 12 conference games. And you have to stay hungry while you're winning at that level, because we're not a team at that level. We've just won that many games. And tonight we were not competitive.
You thought when I said AWOL, I was just talking about people who average. Notice what Coach said. In order for us to win tonight, we would have had to be competitive. What Coach said was the 22 wins, I think it was, the 12 conference wins, took away our hunger. So we thinking, oh, we number 7, we about to come in and just pop these boys. But what people don't realize, life just never sits down because of you. Like, who do you think you are? That life is just gonna be like, oh, you phenomenal, so we ain't going, who do you think you are? Life, bruh, life gon', me and C been talking lately. Life has recently tried to throw me a couple curveballs. I'm just sitting back. I'm just sitting back like, oh, that was a curveball? Oh, I got you. That's your best pitch. Okay, you about to throw me 2 jump balls. Okay, you about to throw me a slider, a slow ball. I got you. But on that third one, because you ain't got nothing but a curveball. I'm not stupid. That's your best pitch. So you about to come back with that joker. So we just gonna sit here and watch the other ones, and that pop. I called C on some stuff and was like, boom, got it, C, got it. Life thought they was gonna throw me, got it. But what happens, Ma, is you gotta get up every day hungry. Yes. And so what happens is we wake up, and just because we killed yesterday, we think we're gonna wake up with the energy of yesterday and kill today. And today, like, bro, I don't got nothing to do with yesterday. I'm about to bring you some stuff you ain't never seen before. I'm about to bring you some challenges you've never seen. So you go AWOL because you like, I just won yesterday. I thought I was just gonna wake up today and like what you just said. I bought property and I just thought, for real, Ma, I'm thinking, I'm not stupid. I'm thinking I bought property and I did what I was supposed to do. Why not next year when I'm ready to get some more, get one? I don't know that they bought, but life is like, bro, so you think because it was that easy before, you think you just gonna keep coming back and it's just gonna be the same thing? It don't work like that. We about to keep taking this thing up to see if you can keep up. Now, it's not to the point where you can't do it, but I am sick and tired of people coming to me saying that they had a setback. It is a part. Listen to me, a setback is a part. Look, as much as you enjoy success, you ought to enjoy setbacks. Why? Because I just told you, I had a dream. My wife had a dream. And when my wife got MS, it actually, come on, I always tell people it's like a slingshot. When you get pulled back and back and back and back, don't look at that as a negative, because whatever your goal is, it's in the middle of that slingshot. It's going back, 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 back. And the farther it goes back, the greater the speed and the velocity when you let that thing go, and boom. So listen to me very closely. I love the sun, but things don't grow because of the sun. You have to have some rain. And you've got to stop looking at rain in your life as something bad. Let me tell you something. The greatest ideas that have ever come to me did not come when I was on a cruise. I'm just being honest. I've not had my greatest ideas sitting on the balcony on the cruise with a 7-course meal. You know when I had some of my greatest ideas? When I was in the hospital waiting for Dee Dee when she was getting the MRI. And that doctor told me, you can't come in. I said, I can't come in. I've been with Dee Dee since I was 16. I go wherever Dee Dee goes. They're like, you can't come back here. And when Dee Dee would be in that MRI, I remember the first time she did it, and 6 months later she came back, and I remember they showed me, it's like, she's increased the legion. And I was like, man, okay, we gotta change your diet, we gotta do this, we gotta do that. And every time we would go back, I would just be in the waiting room pacing for an hour, praying like I'd never prayed before, pacing, praying, thinking. And my wife come out, they're like, she's doing great. She hasn't had a legion since then, but every time we go in MRI, I promise you, I come out with an idea that takes us to a whole nother level. I've had my greatest ideas. I had my greatest ideas in my darkest nights. I had my greatest ideas when I went through the most pain that I've ever gone through. I remember when I got kicked out of a church. I remember I prayed like I never prayed. I thought like I never thought. Launched another church and we're doing phenomenal, sending kids to school. It's unbelievable, but my greatest moments didn't come from my greatest moments. Oh, okay, you missed that. Write that down somewhere. My greatest moments didn't come from my greatest moments. My greatest moments came from my greatest defeats, because it was during my defeat that I had to find a way to get back up. So I want you to write that down. I want you to write down, I will change the way I look at competition. I will change the way I look at defeat. Why? Because iron sharpens iron. Success, listen to me. Success, while it's good and it's our aim, it does not necessarily grow us in certain areas. We need defeat. Nick learned at an early age, with no arms and no legs, I got everything I need. You got arms and legs, and you got arms and legs, and still waiting on something else. You like, if I could just get a little money. I just need a loan. You don't need no loan. You need to wake yourself up and hold yourself accountable. You need to challenge. Write that down for me real quick. I want you to write that down. What are the things that you are still saying that you need in order to blow up? Write those down for me right quick. Write those down. And here's the scary part, that as you say you need those things, every generation that comes behind you are going to talk that same negative talk. So you're about to pass that down. How do I know? I'm a high school dropout. My father was a high school dropout. And my grandfather was a high school dropout. Listen to me. I used to always say to myself when I got older, why didn't somebody call me when I dropped out and hold me accountable other than my mother? And I realized, because all of my uncles, for the most part, and my father had dropped out of high school, that was the standard, and nobody could hold you accountable for the standard. So guess what? When I dropped out of high school, and then I dropped out of college, when my son was born, I went to that school and I begged them to let me in. They said, what's the difference between you today and you 3 weeks ago? And I said, the difference is I have a legacy. And my father dropped out, I dropped out, my grandfather dropped out. I have to finish college so my son can at least finish high school. No. And of course, I got the master's degree, the PhD. Watch this. This is the biggest accomplishment of my life. Right? And they're not going to tell you this one on TV. I graduated from Michigan State University, East Lansing, the Breslin Center. Go white. When my son graduated from high school, his high school was so big that he marched across the stage at the Bres. And then when my son graduated from college, he marched across the Bres. We were the first two in our family to get degrees from major universities. Watch this. And in May, my daughter will walk across the Bres for the second time and get her degree on the Bres. We are creating a new legacy. Are you hearing me? What I'm saying is, if you don't take advantage of this opportunity, you're going to set the next generation up for the same failures that you. The thing that changed my life forever is when I went to the people who were successful and said, help. I used to be embarrassed, like I don't want the teacher to know. I remember being in college, I flunked basic English like 3 times. I remember being in class, not wanting to tell the teacher I was dumb, as if she didn't read my papers. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't no mystery to her. This boy can't write. But you know, the day that I began to write, and I now have 9 books under my belt, you know the day, watch, I'm gonna show y'all something. This is gonna blow your mind. The day everything changed for me was I went to her office hours and said, Ms. Smith, how you doing? I'm Dr. Smith, I'm sorry. I'm Eric Thomas, how you doing? I'm not doing so good. I'm struggling in writing, and when I was in elementary school, middle school, I had some trauma that happened in my life. My father wasn't in my life. I made some bad decisions. I started running away from home at 13, in and out of school, and I never really got the fundamentals of writing. And I want to stop running. And I want to learn the 8 parts of speech. Like I want to learn how to write a body topic, body conclusion. Like I want to learn how to do that. Can you help me with that? Thank you so much. That's it. No, that's how I got here. No, that's how I got here. So when I found out I couldn't catch the greats because I didn't have the language, I went and got a master's degree from Michigan State University. And I got a PhD from Michigan State. And look, I'm not mad at nobody, but none of my degrees are hanging. Why? Because I didn't go to school to get a degree. I went to school to get the language. And I would sit there and listen to those professors. And I would watch how they would use the English language. And I still say ambulance when I'm with my cousins. I still say library around my grandma. She don't know what the library is. When I do corporate, I can code shit. I can code switch. I got a little bit of vocabulary here, a little there. Just get the help. And when I got the help, I went from nobody knowing who I was to #1 in the world. Without 2 parents, without a network, without being with a crew. Like, don't nobody know Eric Thomas? It ain't no circle that you like, E.T. in that circle. Where did I come from? I came from the grind. I came from the grind. And every day I put in the grind rewarded me. So don't you ever think for 1 second that if you put in the work, you're not gonna get the reward. You're gonna put it in, but you gotta do me a favor. When I come out here and look at this crowd, Eric didn't get this crowd in 5 years. He's been doing this for 30 years. 30 years is what it takes to get this. And you looking to get this in 5 months, and it don't work like that. So listen to me very closely. I love you. I just came to be an example to show you that you can get it done, that anything is possible. I'm just a living example that anything is possible. If you put your mind to it, you can do whatever you want. You can have whatever you want. You can be whatever you want. You can write your own narrative. You can die on your terms.